Hi, and welcome to the Juju Laveau Show. I am your girl, Miss Juju Laveau, and this is my channel, the Juju Laveau Show. Honestly, going to be doing a few things, but today I just decided to do another makeup look so I can get my practice up in case this does become a career move for me. It's writing. Let me put up my pens and stuff so I have optimal space. Yesterday I did not have optimal space. I love these pens, RSVP pens. I'm in love. Love them, love them, love them, love them. So, starting out, I always do my primer, but I'm saying but, like I'm not gonna start with that. I'm still starting with that. I just have to figure out the mix for my foundations, because apparently the shade that I had yesterday didn't really match. I just did it anyway just because I had already started doing what I was doing and I wasn't about to stop. I was committed pretty much. Let me just slide this back some. So I have my Too Faced Born This Way in chestnut, and honestly, like, it is way lighter than I am, and as you see, my face is hella oily. So what we're going to do is we're going to first cleanse that with one of my cocoa butter cleansing wipes. So we're just gonna clean my face and then let this dry. Take all the oil, whatever that was left over from yesterday's look, which isn't much, but still, we just want to get this oil. And we're gonna do a little story time. It's not my story, but it could be. Confusing, right? But I did not clean my brushes, but do not do what I do. They're brand new brushes, so I only use them once. So I'm going to use them again today, and then I will wash them. As far as the eyeshadow brushes go, I'm gonna put those to the side because they still have the colors that I used yesterday. And unless I plan on, I'll probably end up using these two again in a look today. So it won't be too much of a problem. But to start, we're going to do this primer. And that's a decent amount to cover the face. So we just take that and apply it to everything. And just like that. So it's supposed to be, why did I put it that fast? It's supposed to be oil controlling primer. So I will say that my face didn't get that oily yesterday, and I had my makeup on all the way until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I did it early yesterday, and I had it on till really earlier today. So see, and these dark circles underneath my eye seem to be inevitable. So with my concealer brush, I'm gonna go in with my Black Radiance True Complexion CC palette, color correcting, and I'm going to medium shades, glasses, imperfection, discolorations, conceals dark circles, spots, and hyperpigmentation. And that is the orange looking color. So to me, that would be this one. So I'm just gonna use that, take off whatever weird colorization that is. Or is this pink? This must be pink. What is the pink for again? Doesn't show. So I guess we'll go in with that. Let's go in that like this. So basically, there's this girl named Julissa, and Julissa meets this guy, and the guy is someone that Julissa had heard about but never knew, never met before. So he hits her up on Facebook, and he was trying to talk to her, right? But from what Julissa remembers, she bumped into him at a party that was for this girl that she knew. So come to find out, it was a baby shower, his baby. And now I'm going to blend this out so that it's even. So Julissa doesn't pay it any mind, goes on about her life because she was with her man at the time. So she carries on. So the years later, maybe like 4 years later, or three years, 3.5 years later, the dude messages her on Facebook. And basically is trying to talk to her. And she's just like, no, I know who you deal with, even if you're not still dealing with this person. Like, I don't want any parts. Ooh, girl, these shits look lifted. Whew, look at that. Gotta use this more often, honey. So he messages her, she calls him a creep, and she thought that it was gonna end there because she was basically like, stop talking to me or I'm gonna tell your baby mother. So he doesn't stop talking to her. He messages her, she entertains it because apparently she was bored of the person that she was dealing with, I'm guessing. I'm trying to see what else I need to do. Light to medium shade neutralizes imperfection, discoloration, brightens, conceals dark circles. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this on my piercing spots. So time goes on, and Julissa's birthday starts to come around the corner. So as Julissa's planning for her birthday, she has this nigga on the brain. So Julissa and her friend decided they were going to go out on her birthday, and they were going to invite this guy and his friend. So the night comes, and they don't show up. But Julissa ends up talking to him after her and her friend went out, got drinks, ate, whatever. So she goes to see him, basically, because Julissa's friend talks to his homeboy. So with that, all that now, she gets there, and I guess they're about to smoke, or they smoke and whatnot, and she's like on the couch with the homeboy, and he's basically like trying to like get close to her, and he tries to put his hand down her shirt or in her pants. I can't remember how the story goes, but Julissa basically was like, oh nah, I'm not fucking with this nigga like that, because that's all he want. So time go by, and oh no, where is the star of the show? Am I really that blind, or is it gone already? Okay, here it is. So, where was I? Julissa, whoop! Lord have mercy. Julissa basically said to herself that she was gonna write this nigga off because the only thing that he was interested in was getting sex. So with that, she made up in her mind she wasn't going to deal with him, and if he called her, she would play him real close. So time goes by, and Julissa still talking to him and is okay, because he tells her, of course, that he's no longer dealing with the baby mama. Oh my God. This is all over my hands now. He's no longer dealing with the baby mama. And she'll soon find out that that wasn't the truth. Because little did Julissa know, he was dealing with his baby mother the entire time, bad mouthing her and everything, but still feeling some type of way about his baby mother, which is not that bad, but it's just like niggas just don't know how to be honest, or they choose not to be honest because it does not benefit them to do so. So Julissa told herself that she wasn't going to take him or the situation too serious, because she already knows how the game goes. And someone is knocking at my door. I don't know why someone is knocking at my door, because no one said that anyone was coming here today. But time goes on, she's spending time with him, a lot of time with him. She's at his house all the time. Like, his mom likes her. But you know, niggas don't care. There's an intermission, but we are gonna get back into this makeup look. I wish I could be closer so that the light is actually working. Okay, so now let's clean up these brows. Underneath the brow, I use my NC45, and there's a bit of the corrective color under it, so we're just gonna wipe that off as much as we can. And then I'm gonna have to reinforce these with my hot glue gun, make them stronger. So here we go. Okay. Get a little bit more just to clean that. Please pull it down. Pull it on down. Okay, so that is the bottom. Now, where was I with this story time? Hung out with him, played him close, and then she ended up, I'm not sure. No, it was out of sheer boredom. From what I saw, out of sheer boredom. Where is the glare coming from? Out of sheer boredom, she decided to hit him up. Hold on, let me use my mirror instead of, because I can be way more accurate and I can get way closer than putting my face up in the camera. So, out of sheer boredom, she decides to deal with him on a level other than just talking to him. So she's spending time with him, meets his mom, and she becomes with more and more time that she spent with him, she became more and more infatuated with this guy. So she spends more time there than she does at her own dwelling. And he's fine with that. She's fine with that. And the mom is fine with that because, you know, of course he stays with his mom. And he was was like trying not to be in a relationship with her because him himself was going through stuff, but it ended up happening anyway. So while all of this is happening, he gets arrested. It's mistaken identity. And he ends up in jail. She's going to visit him, putting money on his books, and she gets confronted by the baby mother. And she's just like, oh, well, he's with me and you don't need to have any further dealings with him. Blase, squaje, squaje. And Julissa's just like, if that's the case, he's gonna tell me himself. I'm not gonna take that from you. He's gonna tell me that himself. So Julissa keeps riding and dying for this man. And when he finally comes home, no, she gets pregnant by him while he's incarcerated. She finds out that she's pregnant. He tells him, he's freaking out and basically wants her to get an abortion. And she's like, no, I'm not with that. I'm not doing that. And she basically decides to kind of cut him off from there. But of course, when he comes home, she goes right back and falls right back into the trap. What should I do this? Falls right back into the trap. And she loses the first baby while he was incarcerated. And when he comes home, she gets pregnant again. Now, this man, at every turn, showed Julissa that she needed to leave him the F alone. Why was I about to dab my mirror, girl? And Julissa still decides that she's gonna deal with this man, even after all of that. So, she basically finds out that she's pregnant again, and and he wants her to abort the baby. So I guess that's when she finally decided that, like, yo, he's not gonna ever grow up. So she decides that she's gonna stop talking to him while she's pregnant, because she's gonna have her baby. She's not gonna abort her baby. So, needless to say, he went on with his life, and so did she, pregnant by herself. And now, here's where the story gets interesting. So, oh boy, how'd it go again? After she has the baby, old boy starts reaching out to her friend to basically kind of like get in contact with her, because he's trying to find out about the baby now. So she basically dubbing him. And the friend was like, oh, just, let him be a father. Like, the child is basically gonna need his father, so let him do that. So time goes. He's not showing the girl anything other than she was right, and she was right to stop talking to him, because he is not reliable, not responsible, and it basically became more of a disappointment to her than anything else. So she leaves him alone. Time goes by, and now he's starting to call her again. I guess to, I don't know, either get back in her good graces or whatever the case is. But from where the story ended, she's really not paying him no mind whatsoever. But it just goes to show that, like, and I don't mean that about all of them, just majority of them ain't shit at all. And she had to learn that the hard way, because of course now she's raising her child by her lonesome while the dad is pretty much like living his best life, so to say. So, and then he basically was like, when he tried to, not so much as like rekindle the relationship, but he's basically trying to show her now that he's there for her and the child. When was he ever? But anyhow, she doesn't like, oh wait, I missed some stuff. So there was like they had made an arrangement at one point in time where he was supposed to come and spend time with with his child, and he told her that he was gonna be there at such and such day at such and such time. Such and such day and such time came and went, and nothing from him. So she basically was telling him, like, well, if you're not going to be consistent, then don't be around. And I understand that completely, because who wants somebody wishy-washy in their child's life? Nobody did with good sense. So I'm using my Afrique palette again by Juvia's Place. And this time I'm going to use Bintu. I'm going to use Kofi. And I'm going to use Niger. Yeah. So, So it's like, why try to be something that you know you're incapable, firstly, incapable, and have no real interest. Oh, and then there was one time he had called and said that he wanted to spend time with the child, right? This is after all his inconsistencies and all of that. So she goes over, brings the baby, and he was basically like trying to have sex with her. And she was just like, no. Like, he didn't press the issue, but it was just like, really, this is what niggas do. So, needless to say, she stopped going over there, because if that's the type of time that you on, then you don't really care about seeing my son. You're just more so trying to get into my pants, and we're not doing that. So he stopped going over there. He stopped contacting her for a little bit and then started contacting her again. By this time, she was dating somebody. And typical nigga, he started feeling some type of way about that. He didn't do the whole he don't want nobody around his kid thing, but he kind of like did that without doing that. So when it really boiled down to it, he was still more so worried about Julissa than the baby. And like I just want to know, like, what is it with the men that makes them feel obligated to act an ass when it comes to their child's mother? Like, you did what you did because you did not want to be with her, or you did not want the responsibility to have a child, either way. And now you get your freedom, or whatever you want to call it, and then when she starts dealing with somebody, you feeling some type of way now. Type of sense does that make? So right now I'm applying the Bintu until I feel like I've had enough of it. And as you can see, I have not had enough of it yet. So I'm just gonna keep packing it in. Okay. And I might use Angelique for the innermost corner of my eyes to give it a little. But yeah, anyhow. So he goes on and goes on and goes on. And she ends up cutting him off again. So now he's basically thinking that she cut him off because of the dude, but he really didn't have anything to do with it. It was more so because of him as to why he got cut off again. Because again, the inconsistency is like a bit much for Julissa. But he can't see that. He just thinks that it's because of the dude. Which most dudes do for whatever reason that is. They feel like when you cut them off is because, not because you got some self-awareness or you done woke up, you smelling a coffee now. It's because of another nigga as to why you done left them. But the story ended with her basically becoming detached from wanting him to even have a relationship with her child, and she got full custody, and her and the child basically just bounced. They basically bounced. And there wasn't nothing he could do because she had full custody. So I say that to say, be more concerned about your children. Be more concerned about your children and their well-being, because while you worried about your baby mother and she trying to live her life, not worried about you, you're gonna miss out on the relationship that's supposed to be important, which is the relationship with your child. People get so caught up in what the next person is doing, you forget all about the fact that there is a person that is supposed to have your focus. There is a person that's supposed to have your attention. There is a person that actually needs your attention while you're giving it to someone that does not want it. And it also goes to show that wanting to protect your child is not wrong, because if their other parent isn't showing any interest in your child at all, odds are they're not going to, and they won't ever. And I say that, and I'm gonna add a little bit of my story in. So, inconsistent, yes. I don't give benefits of the doubt. I don't do that. I'm past that now at this point. And I just wish that he would just wake up before I have to be a Julissa. And do some shit that he really ain't gonna like. But niggas will be inconsistent and expect you to still be like, all right, well, yeah, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, you could do that. Forgetting the whole while, like, Mr. You got a whole child that you ain't been seeing. You got a whole child that you have not been spending time with. You have an entire person that you should be worried about right now. Instead, you're worried about me. But they don't get that when you say that. Why did I do that? Can somebody tell me why I did that? Because I'm retarded, right? Basically. I had a pen that erases stuff like that, but I'm just gonna go in with another cleansing cloth and some Marcel liquid and just clear that up really swiftly before we continue. So do the same for this side. And then go back in with my color correcting and my sponge, my little sponge that now has green in it. Color correcting. So his moral of the story is, like, niggas, pay more attention to your kids. Stop worrying so much about your baby mamas. Because once you done shitted on them, it's not too many baby moms that's going to be worried about what you doing at the point, after a certain point. Why? Because they're focused on their child. And they really don't have the time to be worried about you. And they're not going to spend their time worried about you. So now just pull this into that. Pull this into that. Okay? Pull this into that. Pull that into there. Like that. And then we're going to blend this as well. Like that. And we're pulling the gold into the green and not the other way around. And just mixing it right on that line. Okay, so now, since we've got that out of the way, and we did our color correcting again, so let that sit for a little bit. While we're doing that, just clean this up, because, yeah. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna put my liquid eyeliner on now, for the simple fact that when I put my lashes on, I can't put my liquid eyeliner on after that. Like, I have problems. So just gonna okay. It's probably the best wing I've ever done in my life. A mess, but whatever. From afar, it looks great. Now with that, my mom gave me some 3D lashes from wherever she got those from, and I'm putting those on. They're softer than I expected. I don't know where she got them from, but they seem nice. Okay. And the fact that I just messed it up. Those right there. Okay, just pulling both back. Okay. So now I'm not gonna shape these. I'm gonna go with the oversized look. And honestly, I feel like that's the way they're supposed to go. So I'm gonna start with this side. And I'm actually gonna use my duo glue today because I don't like my little kisses one. Kisses. This one smells like hair glue. So I'd rather use it than anything else. And I think it dries clear, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna put this glue on too, so I'm applying this. It is getting tacky. And my light just died. So back to the natural light we go. It's horrible. It's only been 59 minutes. Okay, so on to this part. Okay, guess not. So, open this back up and see if we can. No, we cannot. Okay, back on. We'll see how long for. Applied. need my mirror. And I don't know where it's at now. Oh, it's over here. And then I get my mascara, and then I just blend my lashes in with the okay. Okay. Now we move on to the rest of the face. Let's see. Make that brighter. But the eyes. I'm gonna do some of my liquid gold for the bottom. If I could find it. Liquid gold for the bottom. And we could light this dye again. While it's still wet, I'm going to just take my brush that has some glitter on it already. And I'm gonna shiny look. The glitter seems to not want to come out anymore. So I'll just improvise. And this is what improvisation looks like. So now, to apply the face, I'm going to use Ethiopia, which is a nice brown color. Can't see it because my light is now off. I need to find a way to, actually I think I have. I'm going to put my extension on my bed so that I can plug in the light. Okay. All right, and we're back. I'm gonna take some of this and some of this in one, and I'm gonna mix it together to see if it'll give me a look. I'll use a small beauty brush for this, just to see if the outcome is me. Let's see. I think there's too much of the light. I don't think this is it. What we're going to do is we're going to apply it anyway. We're going to put it underneath the eye. Like that. Okay. To get that brightness under the eye. And okay. Okay. So like that. And let that sit for a little bit. Put a little bit more. Your desire, your discretion, whatever they want to say is stored. And just pat it in. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Now, once it dries, we'll blend it out. So we move on to the area that's here, because this area will also be a lighter tone, as well as the area here underneath the chin. Here. Zai Zai. And now, what we do, I'm trying something different. I am trying something different. So we get enough of this on the brush. Put right here. Okay. Okay. Right here. Alright. And again, right here. Matter of fact, let's use this, because this seems to have a concentrated amount. And we just put it here, do the little dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Then dab, dab, dab. And probably a little at my jawline too. Dab, dab. Okay. And then we'll go in with the color that is supposed to match, which would be, is it the NW? I think it's the NW. And then we just put the NW everywhere else with my little foundation brush. that we just put everywhere else. So that will go here. Here. Kind of almost looks like Barcelona. It doesn't. Here. 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 Here, 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 and that should be about it. So now with that, we're going to just blend this out. Just a little. Rub. What we're trying to go for. No lines. No demarcation. No lines of demarcation. So just blending this out under the neck. And then we just give this a blend out as well. And same thing here, just get a little. Because if anything, you could always go back in with your foundation and lighten up the area that you just did the contouring. So it'll basically be like that. And then you just blend it all together. So now I'm going to go back in with Ethiopia. Was it Ethiopia I used or Barcelona? I think it was Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona. Go back in with Barcelona. Here and here. And here. And here. And here. And I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. So while that's doing that, I'm going to get, where is it? Get my little beauty sponge. Tap, tap, tap. I'm just gonna do. Okay. And do. Do. And do. And do. Okay. Before that, I'm going to blend this out. Okay, like that. And okay. And now with this brush, I'm just gonna tap it in. If I knew what I was doing, don't think this would take me an hour to do. But because I am not as true to this as the people that I watch, it's gonna take me a little longer. I'm liking how this is looking so far. And then just pat that in there. Okay. And this is basically to set that. I'm just gonna let that sit there while we, quote unquote, bake it. So this over there. Okay, let that bake. And we could also put some here under the chin. Like the ladies are. Okay. And contour our nose now. Size eye. Let's make sure we close this right so we don't have setting powder everywhere. Okay, so to contour the nose, I'm going to use my, I think this is espresso. I'm gonna say it is espresso or rich earth. I think it's rich earth. So we're gonna take some rich earth and we're just gonna do this. This point. And that, my dears, is how you contour a nose. So with that, what I'll do is dab it on out. Dab it on out. Dab it on out. Dab it on out. Do it basically just defining the nose over here. Giving the nose some definition. And there you go. Okay. Now with your brush, you just give it a little dab. Okay. And your nose has come back to you. Now just go. Now, I liked Interstellar. So I'm gonna use Glisten. Now I'm gonna just put Glisten. Let's see. Put Glisten right here. Right here. Okay. Now for the lip. What are we going to do with the lip? With my lip, I'm gonna put primer on my lip. So it kind of helps with the dryness, because my lips are really, really dry. Excuse my middle finger action. Smooth as a baby's butt. I don't know what colors to use for my lips or what color to use. I could do another neutral lip. Yeah, let's go with a neutral lip. Because I don't want red lips today. So, with that being said, let me find my pencil. And, I'm gonna line. Okay. My eyes is watering up. Now with that, we put on our Cherish. And we do the Fenty Glow on top for gloss. And ta-da! Finito, mamitas! 1 hour and 32 minutes later. Got us a nice little glowy look. And I'm going to actually, where did I put the brush that fast? Oh, I'm gonna actually see about putting some glow on my nose. Other than just, or in the middle here, in between my eyes, because it looks kind of blotty. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Okay. And that's that. I'm sorry for being here. And that's that.